Hello children, how are you all? Fine? Enjoying holidays? Okay, so today we are going to learn about software and its types. You have already heard the term software and hardware in previous classes. Yes? Okay, so we'll be learning more about the software and its different types. Fine. But before starting this chapter, I just want to share with you the learning objectives in the behavioral objectives of the chapter. What all things we are going to cover in the chapter, I'll be sharing with you. Now, in this chapter, we are going to learn about the hardware and software. We'll be learning about the different components of hardware and different types of softwares also. We'll be learning about input, output and storage devices, and we'll be learning about operating system also. So these all are the learning objectives. These are content based. But apart from these learning objectives, we will be covering few behavioral objectives also. As you all are aware of electronic waste, we have conducted few activities in the school, that is e-waste, electronic waste. The electronic devices or the parts of the devices, after use, we simply throw them out. So how to manage this electronic waste or how to reuse or recycle this electronic waste, we'll be covering all these things in this chapter. Now, before uh, coming to the software or hardware topic, you just let me know one thing. What do you do when you feel hungry? Yes, you eat. Okay, okay, fine. What do you do when you get tired? Yes, you sit for some time. Okay, fine. And what do you do when you touch something that is too hot? Yes, immediately you take your body part out from that. Okay, now you know very well that we can think on our own, we react on the things. Now, how do we do it? Because we have brain. We are human being and brain gives us the instructions, and through those instructions we work accordingly. We respond accordingly. But if we think about the computer, can computer think on its own? Can computer work on its own? No. It is a device. It cannot think, it cannot work on its own. It needs instructions to work. It needs programs to work. So the programs, the set of programs, the instructions that we give to the computer to work, these instructions or the set of the programs are called software. Okay, so let's recapitulate the term hardware and software that we have already learned in class 3 and 4. So, what is hardware? Hardware are the parts of the computer that we can touch and we can see. You can see mouse, you can touch mouse, you can see printer, monitor, keyboard, and we can touch also. So these all the parts of the computer are called hardware. Fine. Now, apart from this, if we talk about the programs that we use in the computer, like we play games. Okay, we play games, we use Gmail, we use YouTube, we draw something in paint. So what these programs are? Can we touch these programs? Can we see these programs, where these programs are kept in the CPU? Can you open the CPU and can you see where it is kept? No, you cannot see. So These programs are the softwares. Softwares are the set of programs to which we cannot touch and we cannot see. Only we can use these softwares. Fine? Okay. Now moving ahead. Here in this chapter, we are going to learn about the software and its types. So, see in this classification chart, the software is divided into two parts. Two types of softwares are there. One is system software and another one is application software. Then this system software, again, it is further divided into three different parts. One is operating system, language processor, and utility softwares. Fine? And like this only, application softwares are also of two types. One is general purpose application softwares and another one is specific purpose application softwares. So one by one, we are going to learn about these different types of softwares in the chapter. Let's move on. First, we talk about system software. As I told you, the softwares are of two types, system software and application software. So we'll talk about system software. System software is the set of programs or the instructions that controls the overall functioning of the computer. It controls each and everything in the computer. And the main important task of system software is it takes input from the user, then it sends this input to the processing device, that is CPU. It gets processed and then it gives us output. So this is the task of system software. But as we have learned in previous slide, we have seen that system software is having three parts. One is operating system, language processor, and utility softwares. So one by one, we are going to learn about all three parts. So first part was operating system. Okay, it was there. Okay, let's learn about operating system. In short, we say OS. You must have heard about this term, OS. OS is operating system. Operating system, it is the heart of the computer. Without this, computer cannot work. Operating system controls each and every activity of the computer. It has many functions that we are going to learn about in next slide. Okay, now the main important function of operating system is it works like an interface between the user and the computer. See, we are using the computer, we are the user of the computer. But we know this thing that computer does not understand our language. It is a machine, it understands only machine language. So how we are going to communicate with the computer? So we have operating system as an interface between us, between the user and the computer. So if we see this graph, in this, see the uppermost layer is of user, then applications, then operating system, and then we have hardware. So if we think about it, see, all the users, being a user, like we use only the applications of the computers. We have no need to touch the inside kept the hardware parts and all those things. Simply what we do, if we want to play games, we open games. If we want to do drawing, we simply open MS Paint. Okay, we do means we work in the application softwares only. But to run the application softwares on the hardware, who is there between it? Between these? Operating system. So operating system work like an interface. Fine. Now, you must have seen as we switch off the computer, some instructions comes on the screen. Then this screen comes Windows XP or Windows 7 or Windows 8, whatever it is there on your computer. It shows you this screen. This is the operating system. Here the operating system is getting loaded. As I have explained you, that operating system is the first program that gets loaded in the memory as we start the computer. Because till it is not getting loaded, how this operating system will control the other things of the computer? So operating system gets loaded first in the computer as we start the computer. Fine. Now, you all must have heard about uh, Windows XP. We say in general language, in common language, we say that I have Windows XP on my computer. I have Windows 7. I have Windows 10. Or we say I have Linux. So these all are the operating systems actually. Okay, so you all have heard about Windows operating system. It has the different versions like Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. But I think you have never heard about MS-DOS. Have you ever heard? No. DOS, that is disk operating system. It is also an operating system, but it is not that much user friendly. So we do not use this MS-DOS. Previously we were using, before this Windows introduced, we were using this DOS. Okay, so we have DOS apart from Windows, DOS, Unix and Linux also. Okay, so these all are the operating systems, and these softwares or these operating systems controls the overall functioning of the computer. Fine. Okay. Now, what all functions are there of operating system? The first and the main important function that we have already discussed, that operating system, OS, it works like an interface between the user and the computer. If you do not have operating system on the computer, you cannot work on computer. Fine. So apart from that function, few more functions are there of operating system. The most important is to manage all the devices, especially the input and output devices. It manages, it recognizes all the input and output devices. Then it has another function, that is memory management. See, like in computer, we can do many tasks at a time. Okay, so how to manage the memory of the computer? Which task will get how much memory or how much processing speed? It is decided by the operating system only. Fine. And then the important function of operating system is it runs the softwares. Okay. So the next function is processor management. Operating system, as I have explained you, it manages all the things. So operating system manages the processing speed also. How much processing speed should be given to various jobs or tasks. Then next function is file management. It manages all your files and folders. How do we create, how do we delete or transfer or copy? It manages each and every task related to the files and folders. Fine. And one more important function it has, that is security. It provides the security by means of passwords to prevent misuse of a computer. We keep password for our computer, for a laptop, no. So that it happens only because of the operating system. Okay, fine. Now, as we have learned about the operating system, what is operating system? Now we are going to learn about the two types of operating systems. Now, one is single user operating system. As through the name, we can recognize which type of operating system it should be. So this is the single user operating system. It allows only one user to use the computer at a time. Like all the computers, those we use at our home or in Papa's office or in the offices, where only one person can work on that computer at a time. These operating systems are called single user operating systems. Now, the another type of operating system is multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system, it allows many users or multiple users on the different computers to access a single computer, a single system. For that, all the computers all should be connected through any network, any on internet or any LAN network. Okay, fine. Now, apart from these two types of operating systems, one more is there, that is multitasking operating system. You must have heard about that Windows is a multitasking operating system. Means multi means many tasks, means we can do many tasks at a time on the operating system, on the computer. So Windows, like most of the systems are having Windows operating system only, like at your home, in your papa's office, or in our school also we use Windows only. So Windows is a multitasking operating system where we can work on many applications at the same time. Okay, so like if you are typing something and you can listen these songs meanwhile, okay, fine, you can do it. Or you must have given some command to take the printout also. So it is doing three tasks at a time. You are typing also, you are listening the music also, and you have given the instructions for the printer also. So it is printing also. So we can do many tasks at a time in the multitasking operating systems. Fine. Now, next one is, as we have learned about the operating system and now we are going to learn about the utility programs. Utility programs. Actually, these programs are necessary for the smooth functioning of the computer. Like we can work without the utility softwares also on the computer. But for the smooth functioning, for the fair functioning, we need these utility softwares. As you can see on the screen here, if you want to delete something, we can do it through the utility programs only. If you want to use any antivirus, like the security and all, the scanning part, it does only through the utility program. Okay, fine. So one by one, we are going to learn about these utility programs. Let's move. The first utility program is network utility. Network utility, it checks the network connectivity, the configuration of the network devices, and it examines the network speed and the performance also. Okay, if you think one thing, if network utility is not there, as I told you, without utility softwares also we can work on computer. But for the smooth functioning, we need these utility softwares. So suppose we do not have network utility software on our computer. Can we connect through the internet? No. Okay, so we need these softwares. Fine. Now the second utility software is file manager. We do many tasks on the files or the folders. We delete, we see, we create we copy, we move the files and folders. So all these things we do with the help of file manager utility software only. Okay, now the next one is, the next utility software is disk defragment. Disk defragment, it enables a user to view and manage the disk drives installed on the computer. Like you must have seen, when we click on this PC, it shows us many different drives: C drive, D drive, E drive. So we can see and we can manage these drives through the disk management utility software only. Fine. Now next, and the very important utility program, is scanning. Scanning means the task, the act of examining the computer system or its drives or its files and folders for possible virus or malware attack. Okay, so for scanning we use many antivirus softwares also. You must have heard about Quick Heal antivirus software, Norton antivirus software, and Avast. Many more antivirus softwares are available in the market. Okay, now the next, and it is also a very important utility program, that is backup. Backup means the process to copy your data for the accidental use. You have to be prepared. Like sometimes it happens accidentally, any files, any important file gets deleted or removed or corrupted. So what we should do, we should keep a backup of all our important data. Okay, fine. So for backing up or for copying our data at another place also, we have this backup utility. You can use this backup utility through which you can store your important data at other place also of the computer, or in other device like pen drive or CD or hard disk, external hard disk also. So backup means to copy your data for the accidental use or for damage. You have to be prepared. So please make sure that you have taken the backup of your whole important data. Fine. Now, as we have learned, as we have heard about that sometimes many in big companies also it happens the data gets lost or it's gets damaged and all. So what we need to do, we have to make a habit of keeping the backup of our data. Fine. Now next utility program is compression. Compression means to shrink something, to shrink the files. Now see, what we need to do, suppose sometimes you may have faced this problem when you send any file to your teacher or any assignment, any video you are uploading. So it takes lot of time, or it gives you an error message that file size is too big, you cannot mail it or you cannot upload it. So what we need to do, what we can do at this point, we can compress our videos, our files, or the text files or audio files, whatever it is, we can compress those. Compress means we are shrinking that file so that it will occupy less space. Okay, fine. So if you want to mail your teacher any video and it is too big, it is giving you the error message that you cannot send this big video through the mail, so you can compress it. For compression, we have few softwares like WinZip. It is the most popular software, and it comes with the Windows only as a utility software only. Right? Now, we have learned about the operating system and we have learned about the common utility programs also. Now, the last type of system software is language translator. It has an important role in the working of the computer. Like I have explained you that computer is a machine. It does not understand our language. When we click on save, when we click on print, it doesn't mean that it understands your SAVE save word and it saves your file. It doesn't mean that it understands your print print word and it prints your file. No, it is a machine and it cannot understand our language. What happens actually, see, uh, whatever we want to do on the computer, we know only our language like Hindi, English language. So what we need to do, we have to convert our language into the machine language. Then only computer can understand that language. Okay, what we want to do, or we want to give the instructions to the computer, then only computer will come to know. Now, here, as we do not know computer's language because we are not the machine, and computer does not know our machine because it cannot think like a human being. So here we have designed, few programmers have developed few computer languages. You must have heard about few languages, the names of the languages: C++, Java, Ruby, Perl, SQL. These all are the computer languages. So if we are going to install these languages, suppose C++ language I have installed in my computer, means after installing this language, means my computer understands this language. Fine. C++ my computer understands. Now only I need to learn how to talk through this C++ language to the computer, with the computer. Fine. So we learn, no, we join the classes, we go for learning the languages, computer languages, we go for learning C, C++, we go for Java learning and all. These all are the computer languages. Once we install in the computer, means our computer knows, our computer understands these languages. Fine. Now only we need to learn, we need to understand how we can communicate through these languages with the computer. Okay, now, and we are going to learn the languages in higher classes. Even in class 5 only we will be learning this HTML language. So through this HTML language, you can make your web pages. So I will tell you, I will teach you how to work with this HTML language. Fine. So we will be talking with the computer through HTML language. Okay, fine. Now, in the language processor part only, there are two types of language processors. There are two types of language translators, you can say. One is interpreter and another one is compiler. So what happens, what is the difference between these two? Interpreter and compiler, both are language translators. These these softwares translates our language into machine language so that computer can understand our language. Fine, but there is a big difference in working of both the translators. Like interpreter translates line by line. It translates one line at a time, and if it finds any error in that particular line, in that particular code that we have given to the computer through the computer languages, if it finds any error, any mistake, it stops the translation part and it gives you an error message. It tells you to resolve this error. Till then it will not move ahead. Okay, but on the other side, compiler is also a compiler is also a language converter. Okay, but how it works? It translates it converts the whole program together. Okay, fine. Suppose I have written a program of 50 lines long. It translates all the 50 lines into the computer language. Okay, and after translating all the lines, all the coding part, it will give you the error messages wherever it finds. Like compiler found any error in line number 2 or line number 7 or line number 9. So after converting the whole program into the machine language, it gives you the errors in the different lines or in the different codes. Right? So these language processor are also very important to work with the computer, to make computer understand our language. Okay, fine. Now we have learned about the system software. We have come to know about the operating system, the language processor, and the utility software. Okay, now let's go on to the application software. Application softwares are used to perform a special task. Like if you want to do drawing, what you will do? Are you going to open Microsoft Word for drawing? Are you going to open calculator for doing drawing? No. You will open MS Paint or you will open Tux Paint or any other drawing software. Fine. So we can say that MS Paint or Tux Paint are made to do the drawing and coloring only. Fine. Can we watch the movie in MS Paint? No. Can we listen music through MS Paint? No, because MS Paint is made for drawing and coloring only. Fine. So this is the application software. Those are made to perform a special task. But again, if we see, application software is also divided into two parts. Now we'll talk about these two parts also. Let's see few more application softwares. Like if you want to beautify your document, you want to do the formatting in Microsoft Word, obviously you are going to use Microsoft Word. Okay, so Microsoft Word, again, it is an application software. If you want to do calculation, you are going to use, yes, calculator. Okay, you are not going to use MS Paint for doing calculation. Fine. Okay, now next one. If you want to organize your data, you want to keep your data properly in rows and columns, again, you are going to use Microsoft Excel. Okay, na? Okay, if you want to do reservation, like air ticket you want to take, or you want to take railway ticket, so what you will do? You will go on those particular sites, or you will use those particular softwares. So these softwares are made to do the reservation only. Okay, fine. So we cannot use these software for other purposes. These softwares are application softwares. But as we have talked about, that application software is further divided into two parts. One is general purpose application software and another one is special purpose application software. So what is the difference in these two? See, if we talk about general purpose application software, so these softwares are made to perform a special task. It's okay. But these softwares fulfill the needs of most of the users. Like if we talk about Microsoft Word. So Microsoft Word, if we run Microsoft Word, it works same in all the computers. It works for all the users same. Okay, if we talk about MS Paint, so MS Paint again, it fulfill the needs of the people, of the users, those who want to do the drawing and coloring. Fine. So this is general purpose application software. But if I want to make a special software for my purpose only, for my business purpose only, so for that we have to go for special purpose softwares. So now we are going to take few more examples of general purpose application softwares. Here, these are the pictures of few general purpose application softwares. Now we are going to take one by one. We'll see to it one by one. See, the first one is word processing softwares. If you want to do some formatting or you want to beautify your document, so you will use any word processing software. Either you are going to use Microsoft Word, you will be using WordPad, or you can use OpenOffice. Okay, so these all are the word processing softwares. Another general purpose software is spreadsheet software. We all have gone through with the Excel. We all have seen Excel. Okay, in Excel we can keep our data organized. We can and do the analysis. We can make the graphs and we can do the analysis or observation. Okay, so if you want to keep your data in the organized way, so you have to use any spreadsheet software. So Excel is one of these spreadsheet software. Apart from Excel, we have like Lotus 123 software also. We can use any open office spreadsheet software also. Okay, now the third one is the third general purpose application software is presentation software. So if you want to make presentation, what do? You use PowerPoint. Okay, or you can use any open office resource also, or you can use any Google presentation also to make the presentations. Okay, so to make the presentations, to fulfill the need of making the presentation, we use presentation softwares. Now we can use any presentation softwares, but the category we are going to use, that is presentation softwares we will be using. Then this is again the general purpose software. Then the next general purpose application software is multimedia software. These are the softwares to create videos, animation, sounds, graphics, and text with a high degree of interaction. Okay, the movies, the audios made in these multimedia softwares only. Now, next one is we have, if we talk about the special purpose application softwares. Till now, we were talking about the general purpose application softwares. Now, if we talk about the special purpose application softwares, these are also called customized softwares. Means, suppose I am having my own cafe. Fine, I'm having my own cafe and I want to put the billing system in my computer. I want the computerized billing system in my cafe. So what I will do? I have to call the software developer. I will talk to him and I will let him know what all requirements I have in my software, what all things we sell in our cafe, we offer in our cafe to the customers. So that software developer has to make the special billing software for your cafe. If he has developed a software, a billing software for your cafe, can he use that particular software to the another showroom of saris? No, because needs are different, requirements are different, the database is different. Database means in cafe we have the eatable things, okay, but in at the showroom of the saris we have only saris. Okay, so we have to change our database, we have to change the billing software. So these softwares, these types of softwares are called special purpose application softwares. These softwares fulfill the special needs of the user. Fine. Okay, now one more example. Suppose we talk about the reservation system. Again, the reservation system, it is the special purpose application software. Fine. If you want to reserve a seat in the bus, it would be different software. If you want to reserve the seat in the train, railway, so that would they are going to use the different software. So these are the application softwares, but which type of application softwares? Special purpose application softwares. Fine. Okay, now we have come to the end. We have learned about the different types of softwares and their subtypes also. We have come to know everything. Now I'm going to share this checklist with you through the Google quiz, and then what you need to do, this is self-assessment learning tool. In short, it is called SALT, SALT checklist. In this, through this, you are going to assess yourself. means you have to, how you are going to do it. See, the first statement I have given, I am able to differentiate between hardware and software. So you have to think over it. Are you able to differentiate between hardware and software? If yes, then put a tick in the yes column. If no, put a tick in the no column. And if you are not sure, sometimes you are able to do it and sometimes you are not able to do it. So you can put a tick in the not sure column. Fine. Now, the second statement, I have understood the role of operating system. If you have understood the role of operating system very well, put a tick in yes column. Otherwise, put a tick in no column. And if you are having some confusion, still you are having some confusion, so you can put the tick in the not sure column. See, why we are doing this, after getting all the responses from your side, I will see those responses, I will analyze those responses, and I will come to know how many of you are having difficulties in particular topics. If you, most of you are having the difficulty in that particular topic, suppose in the operating system topic, so what I am going to do, I'm going to revise that topic, or I'm going to conduct or design a new activity for the better understanding. So I will change my plan accordingly. So please make sure you have to you have to complete this checklist through the Google quiz I'm going to send. You have to submit it to me back. Fine. Okay, children. Okay, that's all for the day. Bye bye.